what's going on, guys? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. Much appreciated. It is good to be back in South Florida. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Everybody except, of course, for Adam Silver and Joe Cronin. You guys can kick the sharpest of rocks, especially for embarrassing my guy Damian Lillard, my fellow boxing junkie, Damian Lillard, who I was, it was funny, man. I remember being at Radio Row this weekend. We were just BSing, right? And PR people, couldn't thank them enough. They were so nice. Met the Showtime basketball PR people, and I was just curious. I was like, hey, it was just, my guy Martin, who set up the whole trip for us. He was fantastic. I love that dude, and he's so good to our show, and he's so good to me when it comes to boxing interviews. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge boxing fan, and this weekend was amazing. But one guy you got, if you don't know Damian Lillard is a monster boxing fan. One of the things that's cool, and one of the reasons I dig Damian Lillard, besides the fact that he's an amazing future Hall of Famer, all NBA, all-star, all accolades that you could give him. Dude loves boxing, and he's like a hardcore boxing fan, dude, like a hardcore boxing fan. So I was curious. I'm like, man, I wonder if he's going to be at the fight this weekend. And I was like, I don't know what it is about me. I think it's because I'm a silly guy. People, goosies, the whale sound, like I can't help it. I am what I am, and I don't get I always get like people not wanting to confirm things with me, but like will always kind of just give me that look like they want to tell me, but they are afraid of telling the silly guy. So like I'm even the 30 seconds that I've met the PR people from Showtime basketball, I'm like, hey, Dame Dollar gonna be there tomorrow? This was on Friday, and they're like, I cannot, not sure, maybe. It was them trying to bother me right now. So yeah, like they wouldn't confirm it with me that he was gonna be there, but I could see the twinkle in their eye. I'm like, Damian Lillard's coming to the fights. And sure enough, walks on in, says he can't see Bud losing. He was right. I was right. And I'm like, and there was this video that goes out, and this one, goosies galore, because I would say my favorite boxer all time, Roy Jones. Number 2, probably Manny Pacquiao. And yeah, I like offensive guys. I like guys that just, I respect Floyd Mayweather in the ring. I just, I'm not like who loved watching Floyd Mayweather fights, right? Especially Money Mayweather. Like Pretty Boy Floyd obviously had some a little bit more style. Floyd did some cool ass stuff, like giving scores in the middle of a fight. That was pretty badass. And I think the way Floyd changed the game, that I always like, Floyd's promotion of fights, this all access, the 24/7, amazing. And then the thing that he did that was really special was people just got fascinated by watching him train. Like Ali used to do this back in the day in Miami. Like I talked to some of my reporters who he would, just be very open to having the media in his gym and watching the weird stuff that he would do to work out and get ready for fights. And obviously, how great he was at talking up a fight and things like that. But in the newer age of things, like Mayweather, like watching people hit mitts the way he could do it without looking, like I almost marvel watching Floyd get ready for a fight more than I enjoyed watching him actually box. But I'm a bit of a Neanderthal too. Like I love offense. I love seeing these guys who will give you sensational knockouts and things like that. Oh man, him knocking Ricky Hatton to the ring post. Whew, that was a brutal one. Brutal. And to go back and watch that, I'm getting very sidetracked on the hoops, I understand. But go back and watch that and listen to the clip of it and listen to Ricky Hatton's band just cease to, the horns just, there's only one Ricky Hatton, as soon as Floyd knocks him out. I digress. So I see Damian Lillard on the Tron, and I give him, I have to give the support, like I'm just trying to be out here supporting Damian Lillard because Ratfink Joe Cronin and Ratfink Adam Silver with their Ratfinkery trying to turn Dame time into shame time because he's just being honest on where he wants to go. And I don't know, man. I just I don't know where we're at with this thing, when things change, when they don't change. But I will say the only detail that really switches this week is Jaime Jaquez Jr. becomes eligible to be traded, just as a guy under contract. He's now been under contract for 30 days. It's either today or tomorrow. I'm doing this on the 31st. Maybe it's August 1st. I've seen conflicting dates on that. But the point is, this week he is eligible to be traded. So all that talk of he can't be in the trade. Now he can be. And does that change things? I don't know. There's been talk that Portland has some intel on Jaime Jaquez, that they're interested in Jaime Jaquez. It'll be an interesting one if they are. I don't know. And the thing I think that's kind of sucked about this summer is you didn't get to see much of him. He got hurt in that one game where he ran into that giant dude, just crunched his shoulder. So we didn't really get to see much of Jaime. But I will say the couple of things that we would see is, first of all, there was one game where he was dunking on everybody's head. So the athleticism jumped off the screen. His ability to get into passing lanes, you saw little flashes of that, and the shot looked good, dude. I think the shot kind of came in a little bit underrated. So Jaime showed a lot of good stuff, especially he had one game where he really shined, and then he got the injury, and then was kind of shut down after that. He didn't look good, and then kind of got shut down. So I do know that Caron Butler, who was his summer league coach, raved about him, and just thinks the guy is special, thinks he's a baller. Is Caron getting that from up high to talk about? I don't think so. I don't know. Caron's a pretty genuine dude, and he's a player's guy. This is a former All-Star. Just as thorough and genuine a dude as it comes and so I don't think he just BS's like that. And Caron just had a really good sense of all these guys. The work that he did with Jovic in the offseason, and Jovic is with the Serbian national team right now. We saw the type of drive that he gave to Orlando Robinson when both of those guys weren't really available. He goes, okay, this is your team now. And I love that, because it was Orlando Robinson got that takeover and got to be a leader, him and Jamal Cain. And, that's what they did with Max Strus, where they say, hey, this is your team now. Go do it. Even with Bam. I remember back in the day where Bam, after his rookie year, goes summer league. Okay, you're running the offense now. You're bringing the ball up. We're gonna see what you could do here. And so that pedestal that they'll put these guys on is an important thing. And if Jaime Jaquez is going to be on the Heat, I think the thing that everybody loves is there's a lot of different roles I think this guy feels like he can facilitate, he can fit into on this team. But now is that time he's officially official. Tyler Herro on his front, where everybody thinks that, he's this terrible asset who can't give lip. He's just continued to show himself in the gym. Looks in tremendous, tremendous shape. Look, the guy puts in the work. I think that's the thing that's crazy about it too, is you end up on this thing. We're all greedy. We all want Damian Lillard, right? I want Damian Lillard. I'm not going to, be a phony about it. But Tyler Herro the dude's a fucking workhorse. He is. The guy goes out there and he works his ass off, gym rat. And I think that because he wears funny hats every once in a while, people think that he doesn't put in this tremendous amount of work, which is not the case. And so, you see the kind of shape that he seems to keep molding himself into. 23 years old, going to be 24 in January. I just think that, the kind of mental strain this may be having on him when it doesn't. And I feel like this almost feels like kind of the last, the last guy that maybe he has to hurdle. He's been through a lot of trade rumors. If he was in jiu-jitsu, he'd have his black belt in NBA trade rumors between, Harden and Beal and Kevin Durant and Donovan Mitchell and now Damian Lillard. If he gets through this one, I don't know who's going to be the next, who could possibly be the next guy that he has to elude on trade rumors. And I think the thing that's crazy about it is like he's at this spot right now where, he puts his head down, he just gets working. Like it's not like the guy went out there. Like if you told me after last playoffs, you'd be like, Tyler Herro, his trade value is a little bit down, right? Like they had all these. I'm like, I kind of get it. He had a terrible playoffs. This is the playoffs. He got hurt. It was a fluke. How many people are out here like they'll still give other chances to like miss a ton of games, don't seem like they do put in the work quite like this kid does. So I don't know, but both interesting things that we gotta find out. Does this week change anything with Jaime being eligible, and will there be any movement after the whole Shamegate thing from the NBA trying to throw it out there that Damian Lillard and his agent better not say that they only want to go to Miami or they will be disciplined, whatever the hell that means.